Okay, so you're fired up. The news is not good, and you're starting to see other people in your community and nationwide protest and make phone calls, and you might think, well, I don't know, I'm not quite sure what I have to offer. So I'm going to help you answer that question today by helping you pinpoint some of the skill sets that are needed as an activist in your community and nation. And then we're going to talk about another way to what do I want to say? To find your people, which is what I've been talking about for the last few episodes. That is kind of a planned strategy for finding your people through volunteering your time and resources. Okay, so today we're going to talk about skills. Again, I told you a lot of people are asking me, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I have to offer the movement. And it's not that you need the skills of public speaking. You don't need to be out there organizing a protest. You can if that's your thing and that's what you're good at. But most of the work is behind the scenes. And that's great. I'm an introvert. And it's wonderful anytime I can, be at home in front of my computer, being helpful to the cause. It's one of the reasons why I like to do these YouTube videos. In my workspace at home with my dogs around my feet. And it's just, it's my little slice of heaven here. But anyway, so what kinds of skills might be useful to you? I've written a little guide for you. So I'm going to refer to that as I'm talking to you today, because you might not think that you're gifted at anything. Au contraire. We all have skills that we've developed over the years. It just might be that you're not thinking, oh, that skill would be helpful to this cause. Okay. So as I said before, you don't have to be a good public speaker or gifted at writing or organizing protest. But in fact, your contributions can be very simple, like, are you a good cook? There's people who are working in the movement who get hungry. There's people in your community who are hungry, unfortunately. And so your contribution might be cooking, warm meals for people who are unhoused. Do you have computer skills? There's a variety. You don't have to be a fancy programmer, but you can enter data. You can respond to emails for an organization. You can make social media posts. Sorry, it's one of the dogs. There's lots and lots of things that you can do that's computer based. So do you like to organize events, not necessarily protests, but community events that will strengthen the connections within your community, or maybe educate people in your community about a certain issue? Are you good at providing support for someone who is struggling? I read a kind of a heartbreaking comment on a Facebook thread the other day from a trans person, and they were thanking the group for being kind and caring because they said they weren't sure they wanted to be on the planet any longer if it were not for the people that they were meeting through Facebook who were supportive of them. So, if you are very good at giving an encouraging word, sitting down, having a cup of coffee and listening, if you're a good listener, that's a skill that's in high demand these days. And to just help someone feel like they're not alone. Do you have artistic skills? I'm an artist. I feel like art is a great way to bring people in the community together, from the littlest of people to the oldest of people. Are you detail oriented? Can you make sure that the to-do checklists in anticipation of an event or an activity is completed by the organization, or just an informal group of people? Are you good at finances? Okay. Do you know QuickBooks? Lots of community-based organizations need real help with crunching the numbers. Do you have legal knowledge? Are you a lawyer? Or do you have a network of lawyers that you can tap into? Do you have teaching abilities? Educating people. I spend a good deal of time educating people about how to vote in our community, how to register to vote, what to take with them when they want to vote. I have been a teacher for decades, and so educating about issues is kind of natural to me. So that might be something that you're good at as well. Do you relate to kids well? There's lots of activities that can build community and their sense of belonging, particularly if they're part of a marginalized community. Do you know more than one language? That can be very helpful to a group in your community. So I hope you're seeing that there's a lot of different things that you can bring to the table, and that will be very useful. So, okay, I'm going to give you a couple of, it's your homework because I'm an educator. I want you to, one, sit down with a piece of paper, or if you're a journal person, you can do that, is make an exhaustive list of your skills. What are people if you can't think of anything coming from you, what have people told you that you're good at? What do you enjoy doing? And then number 2 is identify the skills you're most confident in and brainstorm ways to apply them to activism. So you need to make that link between, okay, I've got this skill set. This is how these skills can benefit my activist work. Okay, and I think you'll be surprised at all of the skills that you identify and the ways that you can apply those to your community work. Okay, you've got homework to work on, and it's not even pass-fail. But anyway, so tomorrow I will kind of synthesize, the lists that you've created, and then I will make some suggestions about what you can do, what you should do in order to find volunteer opportunities in your community. Volunteerism is down since COVID. I know that because I run a small nonprofit, and we have a devil of a time trying to find volunteers. So do not think that you are not needed and that you won't be most welcomed by community organizations when you ring them up to volunteer your services. So remember, you are needed. No action is too small, and you will never know how much your efforts make a difference in the world. Have a great day.